Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the recent news in the gaming industry. Let's get started. So in the past week or so, there has been a lot of breaking news, a lot of game news, and I definitely wanted to talk about it. So let's just jump right into it. First and foremost, Mario Kart Tour was just announced. This is going to be a mobile game on iOS and Android. So if you have either of those platforms, you're not left out in the dust. It also looks like it's going to be free to play. So let's scroll down the page a little bit here, and you can see what is Mario Kart Tour. Put the pedal to the metal in courses inspired by real-world locations, as well as Mario Kart series favorites. Scroll down, you can race. Obviously, it's Mario Kart. On top of that, you can also collect. So it says a variety of drivers, karts, and gliders can be collected and upgraded. Find the combo that will lead you to victory. So it looks like you're not going to get everything right out of the gate. You will have to grind for some things. And grinding things really isn't new for Mario Kart. If you've ever played it on the Switch or on the Wii U, you know that you don't get everything unlocked right out of the gate. You will have to grind. Hopefully it's not pay to win, and hopefully it is just, grinding and playing this game to unlock some stuff, but we'll definitely see. It looks really interesting. Now on top of that, if I click on I have a Nintendo account, there's a pop-up window. It says please link your Nintendo account when you start the game. Please ensure that your ID and password are correct, so you can link this with your Nintendo account, which is also a plus. Next up, if you've ever played 1001 Spikes, it was on 3DS, Nintendo Switch, on PS4, it's on a bunch of different platforms, it's even here right on Steam. This is a very difficult game, but a lot of fun. Well, Nicalis has just announced that he will be in Blade Strangers. So Blade Strangers is a fighting game. It came out around this time last year, and now you can play as Aban. I think that's how you say his name, is Aban. Anyways, he is available now in the game. If you're a fighting game fan or 1001 Spikes fan, then this game is definitely worth checking out. Next up, The Lion King and Aladdin are getting HD remasters. And this is a really interesting piece of news. It says Disney Classic Games Aladdin and The Lion King coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC for $29.99 this fall. It includes Genesis, Game Boy, Super Game Boy versions of Aladdin, and SNES version of The Lion King. So this is really interesting because Aladdin gets the Genesis, the Game Boy, the Super Game Boy version, but The Lion King gets the SNES version as well. So there is no SNES version of Aladdin, which arguably is the best version of the game. I will be posting a link to this YouTube video as well so you can see, but it looks like they're going to have a rewind feature, and apparently these are HD remasters. So my 2 cents on this, I would definitely take a look at it. If you're interested in it, I would definitely recommend picking it up, especially if there's a physical copy. And I'm saying that because if you look at DuckTales, you don't want that situation at all for this game. And if you aren't aware of DuckTales, WayForward created a remaster of the game. It was, I thought, okay. A lot of people didn't really like the original DuckTales game. I didn't mind it. But if you did have this game already, downloaded on Steam or whatever, you don't have anything to worry about. But if you want to purchase it now, it's no longer being made, but digitally you can no longer purchase it. If you've been following my Hitbox videos at all, they did launch the Cross-Up Kickstarter, and oh man, is it done well. If we take a look here, $144,000 pledged of their initial $66,000 goal. There's 12 days left to go, 344 backers. This is doing very well. Now, if you were wondering, yes, I did have a chance to try the Cross-Up. At EVO 2019, I was there, I got to use it, I got to pick it up. It was very interesting. It would obviously take me a little bit to get used to the controls, but at the same time, if you're interested in this, it actually exists. This is not something where they don't have a proof of concept. This thing exists already. If you go to any fighting game tournament and Hitbox has a stand, you can actually try it out there. When this thing retails, it's going to retail for $200. If you want to get in early, you do get a few goodies. So if you back this, you'll obviously get the Cross-Up, you'll get a case, a shirt, and a plexi. Now don't think that this video here is a Link's Awakening trailer. It's actually a fan-made video. They're redesigning Link to the Past kind of in the Link Between Worlds, Link's Awakening style. News broke about this last week and people got really excited. They're saying they're going to count down the days until Nintendo comes with a DMCA and completely ends the project. But the latest tweet that came out says, just a reminder, I'm not releasing a playable fan game, just a proof of concept video for YouTube. I just find it easier to code it than to animate it. Otherwise I'd fix bugs like this instead of just avoiding them while recording. So for those people who had their hopes up, this isn't really a game yet. It could turn into a game, you never know. Maybe he's just saying this to kind of cool the Nintendo lawyers and maybe have time to further develop it without getting a DMCA. Maybe it is just going to be for a YouTube video series or whatever he's doing. Next up on the news, we have Sony's PS5 dev kit. So someone made a 3D render, you can see it right here, based on some images of a potential PS5 dev kit. And if we look at the details here, it says last Tuesday, Let's Go Digital published a revealing article about an unknown electronic device from Sony based on a design patent that the Japanese company has filed with a patent agency in Brazil. So this is not confirmed that this is the development kit, but this is their best guess that it is. Now, does the development kit look weird? Absolutely yes. Is it something, if this was the actual PS5, if this is what it looked like, would that stop me buying the system? No, absolutely not. In terms of looks, some people are getting really up in arms about it, saying it looks so weird and they'll never buy it. And all I gotta say is consoles come in all different shapes and sizes. Some look really weird, some look really cool, so really, we can probably expect weird looking ones in the future. Now, when it's flipped on the side, it looks a little like an Xbox 360 in my opinion. It kind of curves in just a little bit like the 360 does. Obviously, it does not have this big gap in it. I really don't know what to expect. Dev kits don't normally look like the end version of the console. If you've ever seen any of the dev kits for any of the other systems before, sometimes they look a little different. And now the last bit of news for today. Ben Irving, the lead producer for Anthem, has left Bioware. So if you're not familiar with Anthem, it had a bit of a rough start and it's never really picked up steam. The player base is dwindling on it. It's had its share of issues. It's had its share of bad media, bad press, and ultimately bad word of mouth. Does that make it a bad game? Not necessarily. But at the same time, Ben Irving leaving Bioware after 8 years does speak volumes. I don't think this spells the end for Anthem. They still have a major uphill battle ahead of them. Whether or not EA is willing to continue on with it is a different story altogether. But anyways, that's all I've got for today. This is kind of a new thing that I want to do regularly now since there is so much news in the gaming industry. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like the video, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Thank you everyone, take care.